Well, yeah, we're definitely coming in hot tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know exactly when the clock flipped over to hit the double zeros of the 10 o'clock hour at the Giant Granite Phallus in the District of Criminals, but it did it while I wasn't paying attention. We are off and running. It is Thursday night, October 17th, 2024, in the year of our clownishness. We persist. You know what time it is.
Okay, that was really old coffee.
Damn.
Woo-hoo!
That's how we get started. Do you realize, Yona, we will be broadcasting live Halloween night?
That's right. Trick or treat. Dick or teat. Big Mike. 2024, bitches. You're like, hey, how is she going to be president? She's not on the ballot.
Right.
Where we're going in this future time, we don't need ballots.
Oh, no.
More poster boards covering the windows, please. We're not doing an audit here. Okay.
We're going to do, you think they're going to do that again?
I mean, I get the same question about the lockdowns and the masks. And the answer to both is yes.
Well,
yes.
yeah. We already know with the masks, yes, they're doing that again. That's already been announced.
You mean they gave themselves extra superpower, unconstitutional authority, and they're going to keep using it? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because we're still under an emergency. That's why they have to renew it every 90 days.
We're
Am I right,
still
Alex
under
Costa?
multiple emergencies.
The cool thing is,
COVID notwithstanding,
when they have to roll it over, when they have to kick that old can down the proverbial road, and they have to roll over the emergency status at NIAID and NIH and Homeland Security and CDC and all that, a number of times now, the rollover, I'm pretty sure, has been signed by the same Costa that signed the sweetheart prosecution deal down in the Southern District of Florida on Jeffrey Epstein's conviction for solicitation of minors for sex.
He's not still there, is he? I thought he was part of another administration. Don't those people get like swapped out with each new regime? So they can put like their people that are loyal to their side of the mob family in place. You know, all their lieutenants and capos and shit.
Party, and the swampies just kind of stay around the edges. Because they're that's what
I think my story's better.
They're like G12, G15. They're way up on the pay scale, homie.
Oh yeah, I know.
Let me see. Is it Alex Costa or Andrew Costa?
What? I can't hear you. You have to get on the mic. Remember?
Is it former U.S. attorney?
It was Alex. Fuck, what was his last name?
Oh, it was Alex Costa.
I want to say Acosta too, but I'm not sure that's it. Haven't heard about him in a while.
Pretty sure it was Alex Acosta.
Yeah, because he was a Florida prosecutor at the time, right? Or Florida Attorney General or something like that.
Wasn't Alex Acosta it was the Southern District of Florida, and he's the one that cut the deal because he was Trump's labor secretary, but then
I'm pretty sure. Fuck, man. We'll start off by going to the book of knowledge.
Y'all can fact check me on this.
No, I'm going to check it right now.
I'm pretty sure it was Alex Acosta that cut the deals for Epstein. You know, back in the good old days when the Israelis could just blackmail anybody. It's a good thing we got past that.
Yeah, he was the labor secretary under Trump. So yeah, he's long gone from government office at this point because that's not the regime that's in power. But in 2007, 2008, as U.S. attorney, Acosta approved a plea deal that allowed child trafficking ringleader Jeffrey Epstein to plead guilty to a single state charge of solicitation in exchange for a federal non-prosecution agreement. That coming directly from Wikipedia.
That's what we call a sweetheart deal. It is the same motherfucker. It's the same fucking...
Same guy.
Andrew,
same dude.
Cost. Yeah. Yep, same dude. Okay. My memory did not fail me this time.
Nor mine, but we both believe that it did. Like what causes
Alexander
that?
Acosta.
That's got to be like some sort of hypnotic effect.
Yeah. But like he rolled over these emergency statuses.
These are not the pedophiles you're looking for.
Oh, and I saw a little vignette today somebody posted um of a dude with like long hair but like facial hair too. I don't know. I tried to find his channel and I couldn't. And I tried to find out who it was and somebody shared a link of somebody else
Was
and
it Ian Carroll?
maybe I don't know, but he was talking about how he had gone on Wikipedia and found out that on July the 22nd of this year, the entire Wikipedia section on President Bill Clinton's Wikipedia page entitled Clinton's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Poof. And it's gone.
Huh. Interesting.
And now when you look up President
Interesting.
Bill Clinton on the Wikipedia,
Huh.
there's no more mention of Jeffrey Epstein anywhere.
Well,
Another
there
infamous
is right
Philip
there
Ross
on
editing.
Alexander Acosta's page. Now that you've said that, I'm actually going to save a physical copy of this now.
Because, you know, the shit changes. That's why we got to
Well,
go to the fucking Wayback Machine and all these other places,
it's
archives and
again
fuck,
interesting that
man.
you should say that because we can't really go to the Wayback Machine now. I mean, we can because it's in read only mode, whatever the fuck that means.
It's time to break the internet. It's time to burn down this modern Library of Alexandria. Am I right, James
That's
Corbett?
that's why Adam Curry has been calling for people to just fucking flood the zone with AI bullshit. Just get it over with. Bring the whole damn thing crashing down. And I fucking agree with him.
Yeah.
That is the correct strategy.
Guess what? All my really good music and videos, all my really good juicy data sets, they're never put online anyways. That's why I've got fucking cords all over the damn place.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ, this
I'd
is
love to
12
pick this
fucking
laptop
pages.
up and show you just the rat's nest of cords where I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fucking external hard drives, 3 of which never even get plugged into the internet. I never have them plugged into the internet. It's what I call segregated data. The data is equally valuable, but separate. We'll call it separate but equal.
There you go. I think that works for data sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about data scrape. Every data scrape that's done doesn't require your consent. I mean, look at the word data scrape. The rape is right in there.
Yeah.
It's literally spelled out for you right in front of your eyes. Your consent's not required. And there's not going to be any issues tonight, Drizzle. I've already sent the cauliflower and guacamole pizza with
they haven't checked in
fucking
this week.
pineapples. These goddamn weirdos in Camp Williams, man.
I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know if that had something to do with the strike that we got on YouTube. But we haven't I haven't noticed a check-in so far this week. Something's up. Something is up because there hasn't even been a check-in so far tonight. I haven't had to readjust the audio at all.
They got their guacamole sauce on a cauliflower crust topped with feta cheese and pineapple.
I don't know.
I guarantee these guys at Bluffdale got the fucking purple hair and they're dickless.
I mean, maybe we scared them off last night. I suppose that's possible.
You know,
did you happen to catch the Jamie Deluxe interview?
Oh, I was there the whole time.
Were you?
Yeah, I was in the chat. We were chatting together.
Were we?
All of us. And
holy
Jamie,
shit, I was
Jamie
high
stuck
as fuck.
around. Jamie stuck around all the way to the end of the Mystery Babylon tour, all the way to the
pretty
end
much,
of
yeah. Which was awesome. Thank you, Jamie.
But what I enjoyed the most about like I've noticed a theme with all of your interviews, and that is compared to other interviews. Like I've never heard Jamie Deluxe give an interview anywhere, so I don't really have anything to compare him
I have. He's been
to.
on Tinfoil Hat before.
I've not seen him on Tinfoil before with
Yeah, he was on
Sam
with
Tripoli.
Jay Dyer
Oh,
a couple months back.
well, I'll have to go back and compare that. Look at that for comparison, because I mean, like for example, when you interviewed James Corbett, I had seen Corbett interviewed several other places, and for some reason, when we have these uh, Liberty Radio interviews, they're much more personal and human, and it's not. It doesn't have the feeling of like I don't know. It's just it. The interviews are more like a narrative, and we get to hear these awesome stories and tales. I mean, hell, Jamie Deluxe interview kind of hit like a Mike Judge Tales from the Tour Bus episode. I mean, it was
Kinda,
really,
yeah. Yeah.
which is where, for those that love my song, Wired to the Max, that features the tweakers and everything, you can thank Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, for the voice that echoes through that whole song, wired to the max for 2 or 3 days. Um, and I mean, that's how, Jamie Deluxe hit for me, and,
Hmm.
man, I just found out my little brother's going down to Orlando for the Electric Daisy Carnival, EDC festival, 3 days with all the headliners and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket if you wanna go down there with me," and I was like, "Well, if I can get a car, I can meet you down there." And, when I get a car, if I was to head that way 2 or 3 weeks from now, I wouldn't make it all the way to Florida. I would probably just drive to Myrtle and get high as fuck with Jamie, probably jam out for an hour or 2, DoorDash for a little while off Route 17, and then just come back home and say, "Fuck going to Florida," 'cause, and I know I got friends in Florida, but here's the thing, I've lived in Florida, I've worked in Florida, got family in Florida, and I still don't wanna go back.
Nah. I've never had a desire to go to Florida. Just like I've never had a desire to go to New York City. Never.
If I was gonna go back anywhere in Florida, I'd hit the A1A one last time, hit South Beach and Key West again. And I did that back on 2001. So about another 6 years, I'm due to do that again. So
Hmm.
5 or 6 years, I might head back to Florida once before I die, you know. But
Might
it's
not
not
be
even on my
there.
bucket list. It's nowhere close to the top of priorities because I mean, it's not like Florida is the only place where I can go where you're either stinking filthy fucking rich or just stinking and filthy. But that was my experience in South Florida. And to be fair, North Florida hits different. North Florida hits very different once you get north of Orlando, Tampa, Daytona. Once you get north of that line, it's almost like a completely different state,
Hmm.
really. Like there's like
Well, I mean,
actually little
California's
pockets of
like
middle
that.
class and working poor that are kind of hidden up in the north and going out the panhandle toward, Escambia County,
Oh
out
yeah,
past
going out
Tallahassee, all
toward
the way to
Alabama and
Pensacola.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, toward Mobile.
Yeah, in southern Georgia. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's all like just dirt poor territory. Always has
Yeah.
been. Because
It
that's
hits
that's
totally different from being in, like, Broward County and, like, Indian River and,
well, it's
where
it's the same
you
thing
know
with California. All the
Mhm.
wealth is right there on the coast. You go any further inland in California, and they are poor as fuck. I mean, for crying out loud, has anyone ever been to Bakersfield?
I mean, you could even say the same thing for, like, Norfolk and Suffolk and Hampton Roads and shit, comparing that to,
Yeah.
like, Wise, Wise, Virginia, Bristol, Virginia area where, again, their teeth look like this. Yeah. which I really appreciate all the kind thoughts and everyone expressing concern about my abscess tooth and all the swelling. But got
Is that why you
really,
have all the dark to that side of the camera?
yeah.
So it's just
Well, you
shading
can't
that
see him, but
entire side.
The Grim Reaper is standing right over my shoulder, waiting for the
Oh,
scepter
I
to
see.
kick
So that's like mist and shit that's coming in and wafting
in.
over you. Gotcha. All right, cool. I like it. It's
But I got
festive
these
spirit, Halloween time.
huge fucking horse pills. Let me show you how big these goddamn pills. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean,
Well, that should
they're
do
like
the job
they're
then.
like bigger than fucking suppository.
Oh, damn, those are big.
Like size. I mean, it's the size of my goddamn fingertip. Like
Yeah.
I have to use my Pink Floyd hammer.
I bet they got a lot of fluoride in them too.
I have an official Pink Floyd the wall hammer. Tear down the wall. This is for that special space cadet glow, Drizzle.
Hmm.
That's how I bust up the pills.
It works.
But that gets the amoxicillin down along with the omeprazole and the oxycodone.
Oh,
And
before we get too
I'm
far
feeling no
into it
pain.
tonight.
So
Good.
moving on.
Good. Yeah, before we get too far into it, I do want to take a moment and say massive gratitude to Chris E, who checked in Tuesday night during the broadcast and sent some value back to Liberty Radio. We do appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much.
What though,
So I
Chris?
haven't had a chance to fit it in before now.
Awesome. And of course, for those that aren't keeping track, if you go over to manufacturingreality.org and click on the boutique shop there,
We got
you're going to
T-shirts.
find all kinds of extra moist drip. Um, tonight you can see that the drizzle is featuring the Bill Cooper on a white horse, pale white horse, and the Yona is featuring the classic Liberty
The classic
Radio
logo. Yeah.
classic logo. Um, but there's a variety of shirt patterns,
I still need
styles,
to order you
sizes, and colors.
fuck it, we ball. I keep
Get
forgetting
you
to do
some.
that. I'll get it done. I gotta get some new equipment for the studio, so I'm just gonna do it all in one shot. Fuck it. Write it off
And
on the
who knows?
taxes.
We eventually we
Right.
may spread out to headgear and other things. We'll just have to see how it goes because I would love to be able to send a Grand Theft World Liberty Radio beanie to my neighbor over in Harper's Ferry, the good Tim Pool.
He's
Because
never gonna wear it.
that would be such great
Never gonna
native
wear it.
advertising if we could look up on a Timcast episode and see emblazoned
I don't
across his
know.
shiny melon that you can't see Liberty Radio. That we can make that happen,
I don't
Drizzle.
know. I saw that David Devine went on his Culture War podcast. You know, the one that's funded by Russia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fucking brewskis.
And like that didn't really get like we've gotten more views on Friday night open lines than what I saw that got.
Yeah.
Maybe it's early yet and people just haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet. I'm not interested to look at it myself because it's Tim Pool. But it didn't look like people were really taken to it. I don't know.
Well, Tim Pool has definitely claimed his lane on the freeway when it comes to progressive liberals that are ride or die for genocidal Israel. And I think it's an HOV lane. So there's actually not that
Probably.
much traffic. It's the lane that's all the way to the left. It's actually on the shoulder, but you're allowed to drive on the shoulder when the green diamond is on the sign because it's HOV. Um, like Hova, like Jay-Z, except more baby oil. Oh, and by the
That's
way,
too soon. It's too soon, man.
Jay-Z's done for it. That did you see
People
that back into
people
the
keep
bus
saying
bounce?
that and nothing happens. I'm sorry.
Jay-Z's done for.
I,
I'm calling it right
if
now.
it doesn't happen by the end of the year, it's not going to happen.
The other shoe hasn't dropped yet. Don't worry, it's gonna drop.
I think he's protected.
Tommy Mottola is protected. Russell Simmons is protected.
Why can't Jay-Z
Jay-Z,
be protected? He's running the
Jay-Z.
fucking halftime show at the Super Bowl, for crying out loud. You think they just give that job to anybody?
Then again, though,
He's in
how
the
many
club.
videos does Diddy have on everybody?
I guess it just depends on how many times you were in attendance, right?
I mean,
Because if it were me, if I were the one running the operation, I'd have every fucking corner of my real estate wired up. Audio and video. You know, fuck it. Let's roll. Let's do this shit. Do it up right. I mean, he wanted to be a mogul.
There's been other artists that have been dropping clues about Diddy for years.
Long time.
And years.
50 Cent was talking about it forever.
And Marshall Mathers III. Several tracks dropping, Slim Shady got in a couple blows on Diddy.
I'm sure
I should have phrased that differently. I really should have phrased that different. I'm sorry, Eminem. Should have phrased that
actually, I think it was the other way around, but anyway.
Yeah. And I got it bass backwards.
Eminem was probably still sore about it.
And you don't want to get anything bass backwards when it comes to Diddy, because he'll just stick it right in.
Fuck, what was I gonna look up? It's gone.
God, I'm so high.
Already? Dude, we're only 20 minutes in.
I've been getting high since 8 o'clock. You start these streams at 8 o'clock now, so.
Oh, well, I figure folks know to pace themselves.
I don't pace myself. I just smoke weed constantly all the time. You can attest to that.
Yeah. Well, that's why you are.
Damn, Yona, you're already smoking again? We just smoked like a hat. Yeah, I know, Driz. Don't worry. You don't have to smoke. No peer pressure. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, fine. I'm just going to smoke by myself then. It's all good. It's not a contest. I mean, it's just like if you're hanging out with Willie Nelson, Driz. Who cares if he's on his 10th joint and you're on your 3rd? It's not a contest. It's like last night when Jamie Deluxe was on the interview. I was trying to keep up with him on the chain smoking.
No.
Realized
don't
I don't have the budget. No. I don't have the budget to keep up with him on the cigarettes, because I was smoking Reds. He was not smoking Marlboro Reds. So I was at a distinct advantage, a distinct disadvantage. Every time I was smoking a cigarette, I'm like, whoa, there goes another 62 cents.
Damn, is it that much now?
I'm going to have to slow down. Yes. If you buy them in Ohio, they're over $11 a pack.
Wow. That was why I quit. That was one of the reasons why I quit.
And it makes sense. Makes dollars and cents. And when you look at all the money that you save from not spending it on cigarettes, makes you wonder where all the money for the cigarettes came from to begin with.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It always made me think, what else could I have done with that money? Like, who knows? Who knows what else I could have done with that money? We'll never know, because it's gone. I smoked it.
Yeah.
I had a good time doing it. Damn straight I did.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I got enough weed to last till Saturday. Got enough cigarette money to last till Saturday.
All right. What happened Saturday?
Oh, then I'm completely fucked. That's the point where the bug hits the windshield and you just turn on the windshield wipers because it left a smear.
But you're looking at getting another car. I thought.
Right, and I had expected that, hitting a deer and totaling the car and getting it into the insurance company's hands within 3 days of hitting the deer, that it wouldn't, that I wouldn't be in this position 13 days after they took possession of the car, and they still can't make a determination as to whether or not it's completely
Oh, yeah,
fucking
dude, you're
full.
going to be waiting forever. You're going to be waiting forever.
And I can't go back to the car dealership and get a new vehicle because I'm still waiting on that. And in the meantime, now they're sending me bills for the October insurance payment and for the October car payment. And I've had no way to make any income from delivering because I can't deliver because I don't have a car and they wouldn't provide a rental car. And I'm really done talking about myself.
Huh.
The show is not about me, but nonetheless, it just I can only tread water for so long, and I'm just gonna have to start sucking some dick, I guess. I don't know what else to do.
I mean, it works for Diddy.
Yeah. Work for Kamala too.
Oh,
Look where
wait a
she's at
minute. Wait a
now.
minute. I guess actually it didn't, right? Because
No, it worked.
he's in jail right
You
now.
mixed up Diddy with Camel Toe again. It worked for Kamala.
Right, right. That's who it worked for. It did work for her because she's going to be president, I guess.
Seems like a good selection. Who's ever selected?
I mean, does it
They know
really
better.
matter at this point?
It's for the greater good. Am I right? And besides, it's not
I
like you
have
got
a
to have
hard
the
time
public at
seeing
the
it
inauguration.
myself, but
We don't even do inaugurations anymore. We do military installations because we have glorious leaders now. I mean, if it wasn't for our glorious leaders, Drizzle wouldn't have got to enjoy that glorious mandated holiday time.
it was glorious.
And speaking of glorious mandated holiday time,
I can't wait for the end of the year. You have no idea.
there is one place that has as many road closures now as the Smoky Mountains in the southeast United States. And that would be the demilitarized zone at the 52nd parallel between South Korea and North Korea
Oh,
because
yeah. Because all the roads are gone.
every single rail and road and highway crossing
Mm-hmm.
was destroyed the other day.
Yep.
By
the North Koreans.
Yes.
Now, why would you do something like that, Yona? Why would you cut off all transportation lines between you and your neighbor to the south? It'd be if we took out every road and rail on the U.S.-Mexico border. Just said, nah, fuck all of this shit. It's gone now.
I mean, when you blast all the border crossings and dig trenches and everything, kind of seems like a I don't know. I'm going out on a limb here, but I am going out on a limb. But I'm going to say, seems like a war posture.
Kinda, a little bit.
Like
Little
like
bit.
they're literally about to throw some hands. You really need to get out your feelings and get out the way. They mad. What do they know that we don't? Apparently,
That's
there's
a
a
good
memo going
question.
around that we haven't got to read yet. And it went to Vladivostok and Moscow and St. Petersburg. It's
Mhm.
making the rounds, but hasn't made it here yet. But on the brighter side of things,
Wasn't it the president of Iran was just like basically summoned to Moscow
yes,
within the
yes,
last week? Yeah.
yes, that's correct. Right around the time that Sputnik Radio died and went off the air in the United States.
Hmm.
Rest in peace, the critical hour. Really enjoyed. Oh God, and the depression intensifies. Sputnik
Try
Radio.
not to think about it.
Really? You had to take away Sputnik Radio to really?
Yeah. Well,
Really?
they'll get everyone eventually.
I'm not even supposed to be doing news shows and stuff. I'm just supposed to be getting high. And yet here we are doing the yeoman's work because all the other sources are just like,
This
what's
isn't a
the
news
kid's
show.
name?
This is a comedy show. What are you talking about? We
Well,
are not journalists.
Oh, did I say journalisms
No, you
again?
said news.
News.
That's the other
I
trigger
meant
word.
noose like Noose, not News. You know
Oh,
how
I'm
I am
sorry.
with
I
puns.
misheard that.
When I
That's
say
my
I
bad.
keep my head in the noose,
Yeah,
I meant I keep my head in the noose like tighten the rope, not watch CNN
that's right.
binging.
Govern me harder,
Um,
daddy.
musician, balcony, ball. Yeah. So Liam Payne
Yeah.
down in Buenos Aires
Mhm.
in Argentina. Um, used to be in One Direction boy band.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
him dead.
Right. He went one direction,
Yeah,
straight down.
straight down. Um,
It's what happens when you jump out of a third story window.
yeah, the
For
weird thing
folks
is
for folks
though
listening
that
that don't
like
know that, you jump out of a third story window, you go straight down.
the weird thing is that he jumped out backwards. Like
Maybe
I
he was
guess
an
he did a
athletic
backflip
fella.
off of it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe
surely nobody pushed him.
he was a
There's
gymnast
no
or
way
something.
anybody
He was
pushed him. It
just
had to be a
doing
back.
yeah, he was just doing like some jumping jacks and backflips and oops, it
Happens to the best
happens.
of 'em. Rest in peace, Liam.
I guess. I don't know.
Although the One Direction was down, I guarantee as soon as he hit the ground, just like a 737 MAX, he went Boeing and shot straight to heaven. There you go.
Maybe. I don't know. He was in the entertainment industry, so that's questionable. There was also did you hear about the guy in Las Vegas, the former guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne was out
Oh,
walking his
yeah,
dog?
didn't he get caught in the crossfire there?
Yeah.
I mean, he got
Got
caught in the
clopped
crossfire
on.
like Peter Lavelle with a bow tie on Russia Today. It
Right.
was it was rough.
Right. Imagine that. You're standing there watching your dog take a shit on somebody's lawn. You might not even know whose lawn it is, right? And all of a sudden you take six like Tupac. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on, Vegas?
And I remember was it Jackie Lee?
Was that was that his name? I think so. Sounds right.
Yeah, Jackie Lee. He used to do a show that I watched. Well, he played guitar for Ozzy and several others.
Yeah.
But that's after that would be after Randy and before Zach, right? Randy Rhoads, Zach
Right.
Wild. Um, anyway, really enjoyed all those stories, tales from the tour bus, from the Jamie Deluxe edition of Tales from the Tour Bus last night. Definitely recommend everyone to go check that out if you missed it. And let's see. What else is going on in the world? Oh, yeah. Did you see where we've got over 1,000 US troops helping in the ongoing assault against Lebanon and Gaza? Because, I pointed out the other day
We
to
do?
somebody.
In what
I pointed
capacity?
out to somebody the other day that Israel was still bombarding Gaza. And they quickly corrected me and said, no, Israel has moved on to attacking Lebanon.
Yeah.
They're done in Gaza.
Pretty much.
Well, you should tell that to all of my friends that I regularly correspond with now that are in both Gaza or Gaza Strip, Rafah, Beit Hanun, Khan Yunis, as well as my friends over in the part that the Israelis call um, some area, Judea, Samaria, whatever. It's
Hmm.
the West Bank of the Jordan River, Ramallah stuff, and they're still getting fucked with on the daily. Still getting bombed, still getting white phosphorus, still getting fucking bulldozers. They're still blowing up fucking hospitals and tent cities every day in Gaza. So,
Well, yeah, I think the latest
um,
strategy is they're just going to starve everybody out. They're
yeah,
just like, fuck it.
and that's been the strategy for months now. But back to the over 1,000 U.S. Service members. uniformed service members on active duty deployed in the Middle East now, both in Lebanon, وفقت Gaza. They are helping, of course, with the J lots, you know, joint land over the shore, the temporary dock, U.S. Army Corps shit, because part of it floated away and it's kind of fucked up. Their little dike of concrete and body parts that they've kind of dumped out into the sea to make a new port for Gaza, which they're going to need when they start pulling all of the fracked oil and gas and stuff out of there. There's so much natural resources to develop there. Or you could call them fossil fuels if you're still down with the moon landing. Whatever, you do you. Um, but we have these THAAD missile systems that are just so super duper complicated that you have to you got to send the Yankees over there to help show the God chosen genocidal peoples how
So
to kill faster with those things. And
right.
I seen the
So
video this morning on AM Wake Up where BB was palling it up, taking selfies with all the American soldiers in their awesome battle dress uniforms.
well, yeah, because he's a shoe salesman, and that's what they do. So,
Uh-huh.
do you know, Yona, were some of these troops going there in the capacity of helping to get U.S. citizens out of Lebanon?
Well, technically, you could say some of these THAAD missile crews are going to indirectly help get Americans out of Lebanon because dead American remains will be returned to the United States after they've killed them with their American THAAD missiles.
All right, I
So
see your logic
indirectly,
on
you
that.
are correct.
All
Yes,
right.
that's correct. And Americans wouldn't be killing Americans in Lebanon if it wasn't for all the damn Hezbollah tunnels. Yeah, Hezbollah tunnels. Even worse than Hamas
In
tunnels.
Lebanon?
Yeah, Hezbollah
Oh,
tunnels.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's the strategy now. It's
yeah,
tunnels.
yeah.
As
It's
long as
Hezbollah
it's as
tunnels that are covered
long
with human
That's
shields.
right.
And
As long as they're not wearing a
again,
tiny hat,
folks out there in the audience, take
tunnels are
notes if
bad.
needed.
That's right.
Hezbollah tunnels,
That's right.
Lebanese human
That's
shield.
right. If you have a tiny hat, it's tunnels. What tunnels? I don't understand what you're talking about, tunnels.
So they're not trying to kill all the people that are on the surface. They're trying to get at those tunnels underneath that you
Well,
can't see,
apparently
but they're there.
they can do exactly
But they're
that
there.
because they took out the head of what was it? Hamas?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
sure
actually
one.
showed that motherfucker when they pulled him out of the rubble. They was like, "Look, we got his ass."
Yeah, yeah.
Unless
They
that was
did
AI. It could have been AI.
but just like the old West and Tombstone with oh, what's his name, Doc and Wyatt Earp.
I was surprised. I was actually
Who
surprised.
is the Doc with Wyatt Earp there in Tombstone?
That was Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So
But
he's
no,
like
I
the
was
Doc
surprised that
Holliday
they got
where
this
he's
dude
holding the
that
crook
quick.
by his head and taking the mugshot.
Yeah.
We have Sherwan,
Yeah.
the head of Hamas, who planned the October 7th massacre
Right.
and mass rape of the small hat people that never happened.
Well,
Anyway,
think about this though. It was basically a year after the operation, damn near almost on the anniversary. Come to think of it, and they take the dude out. But they didn't do that with Bin Laden. They stretched Bin Laden out over like a decade before they took him out, right?
yeah.
So again, my question is, why are they getting him off the game board so quickly?
It's because
They must
of
be
the
ready
tunnels.
to move on to other shit.
It's because of the tunnels, Drizzle. Remember, how did Osama bin Laden? Let's take it back to bin Laden. How did bin Laden escape from U.S. forces in Afghanistan? Fucking tunnels in Tora Bora. He's under the ground with those Pashtun fucking moles again, halfway to fucking Karachi, standing
Well,
where the fuck he
there's
went.
tunnels all over the fucking place. If you
Yeah.
live in a major metropolitan area in the United States right now, there's probably tunnels underneath you.
Now that's just a DUMB conspiracy for deep
No, it's not a
underground military
conspiracy.
bases.
It's proven fact.
So you're telling me they've actually drilled under Cheyenne Mountain and built a NORAD control facility there?
Yeah.
Does it have the
I don't
Stargate there
question
too?
it. Look, dude, again,
I
I've been to
whoa,
Mount
I've
Weather.
seen MacGyver go on that mountain and walk right through the Stargate to Egypt, Drizzle.
Yeah.
Seen that on TV. It had to be
Look,
real.
again, I've personally been surrounded by like 8 dudes with semi-automatic weapons when there's nothing. You can't see anything but a fucking guard shack. That's it. What the fuck do you think that was?
Wow.
Yeah, that was Mount Weather.
That's not far from Raven Rock.
No,
The
it's
fuck
not.
are you doing walking around there?
I wasn't walking. I was delivering pizza.
Oh.
I delivered
Well,
pizza to the firemen at Mount Weather.
oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There
That
you go.
was, fuck, 30 years ago now?
And I guarantee that pizza had regular red sauce
Yes, it
on
did.
regular crust. It was not that monstrosity that those motherfuckers are eating in Utah off I-15 right now on the cauliflower with the fucking guacamole
No
and the feta
cauliflower.
cheese and the pineapple and
No, this was a
how can you even
Fox's
call
Pizza
that pizza?
franchise.
How is that even
It's
pizza at
not
that
pizza.
point?
It's not.
God damn it.
They're blasphemers. And they'll burn in hell. It's fine. They'll get what's coming to them. Don't worry.
Oh, and then I've been following some of the latest developments in Arizona and West Virginia, which are kind of competing with each other as to who can fascist faster.
No
We'll
shit.
call this we're going to call this segment the fastest fascists in the United States of America. Singular, not plural.
So West Virginia and Arizona are in a competition to see who can go full retard faster.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got West Virginia state troopers that are going into people's houses. They're
What?
busting through the front door with no
They're,
warrant
they're doing
just
what?
to ask questions about the Facebook post and then
Hold,
beating
hold,
and
hold
tasing them
up,
and
hold
taking them to
up, hold
jail.
up. State troopers are doing this.
West Virginia state troopers.
How many
Like
have
what
been
happened
shot?
in like what happened in Grafton, West Virginia, Taylor County, West Virginia, which borders
Well, hold up.
Maryland.
This happened in Grafton, West Virginia. I know Grafton. I've been to Grafton.
Right, Taylor County, right next to Berkeley County,
Yeah.
where the 81 jumps into Maryland.
Yep.
Right by Hancock, Maryland. Everybody knows that where the 40 and the
Wow.
68
Yeah,
have the
dude.
big
I used to
menage a
live
trois
right
by
down
the
the road
Cumberland
from
River.
there.
Or I'm sorry, Potomac River. It's the Cumberland and
Does
Ohio.
that mean
Canal.
Texas staters are going to come knocking on my door one day? Is that going to happen?
Have you been getting on
Texas
Facebook?
Marshal come looking for me?
When the never mind the marshals, Texas Rangers police MySpace and Facebook. So just, but I don't see you on Facebook.
I only post Chuck Norris memes there, so I think we're good.
You should be fine.
Yeah,
you should be fine. Just stay off the Facebooks, Drizzle. But it's for your own good.
I mean,
And then you're like,
that's a
well,
good
what
rule to
about
live by,
Arizona?
so yeah.
What about Arizona? Well, surprise, Arizona is even taking the lead when it comes to municipal fuckery. And it shouldn't come as any surprise that actually the place that it happened is called Surprise, Arizona. There's a comma between those two words, and a post office. And Mayor Skip has been working the municipal meetings at City Hall with a administrative rule that's been in place for over 10 years, which they recently repealed. Now that they're facing a major civil rights lawsuit because it's an egregious violation of the First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, a whole bunch of them. Pick any number, probably violates that one too. And basically, that anyone who speaks during the public comment section to address the government, the city council, and the mayor, is not allowed to raise any contentious issue or issue any criticism or critique of any government employee or agent, or they will be trespassed and forcibly removed from the city hall. So you're only allowed to make public comments if they're neutral or you're heaping praise upon them. And it turns out that is seriously fucking violating the First Amendment 4 different ways at the same
Seems like
time.
it, yeah. Like it seems like that'd be
And
pretty
when they
easy
got
to
their ass
defeat
sued
in
off of
court.
them and the lawsuit went public and the video of the female mother in front of her 10-year-old daughter being dragged out, illegally arrested and detained and jailed for speaking at the public city hall during a public meeting during the public comment period because she was asking about FOIA requests that were not being filled by the city attorney, who is asking for a raise because the $268,000 he makes a year just ain't enough to make a good living in. Surprise, again, it's Arizona. And I'm like, so you're not allowed to criticism online from the comfort of your own home. And you definitely don't want to criticism if you go to City Hall during the City Hall meeting, during the public comment.
So when do you criticism? When you're on the toilet?
Never.
Never criticism?
Never criticism the government. What's wrong with you? Are you a terrorist? You seem awfully domestically violencing today.
I mean, criticisms is next to terrorism. So,
You know, my recommend to get
damn
you
it,
to
I almost
calm
got it
down.
out.
Check out our friend Scott Armstrong at the Redacted. He's got some universally, basically awesome music for you to check out.
Redacted. What are you
It's
doing?
unjected.
What are
I got
you
him
doing?
confused with that fucking Flim Flam guy again.
You
He's
got to
with
stop doing
Unjected.
that.
Who's
Scott's
the
a good
Redacted
guy.
Oh, Redacted is Clayton Bigsby.
Right.
No, Clayton Bigsby is the Black Trump voter by Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
He's the Black
No,
Klan member.
Redacted
Oh, it's
is the
Clayton.
other Clayton white supremacist.
I'm getting it all.
Yeah.
I got to smoke more of the weeds. Back to you, Drizzle. I'm confusing everything now.
You are.
Anyways, check out
That's
Scott
all right.
Armstrong's new album, Universal Basic Awesome. It's fucking killer.
So did you happen to catch the segment, Yona, where we covered the Guardian article about the eugenics society that was being funded by the big tech entrepreneur?
Which tech
the startling revelations that we uncovered from that article.
Which techie are we talking about?
Oh, the dude that started Adult Friend Finder. Apparently, he's a multimillionaire.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was funding a nonprofit group, I think, like an advocacy type organization that was spewing a bunch of I think they called it racial hatred and discrimination. They even check this out, Yona.
501c3
I know.
Right?
Check this out. The what the hell was the Guardian? It was from the Guardian. The Guardian, yeah, they even went so far as to call these people eugenicists.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're crossing
strong
the line
language.
now.
Very strong
Crossing the
language
line.
from the Guardian. That's right.
Well, did you think this little advocacy group is eugenics? We're going to need to share some screens.
I don't think there's actually I think it's all bullshit, personally. I think it's a totally bullshit story.
Eugenicists?
I mean, it's quite possible. Look, obviously this dude exists. He created Adult Friend Finder, which is a hookup site. Made a bunch of money off of selling advertising on it because that's how it works.
Jonathan Buckheit, educated at Stanford University. Hey,
Oh,
just like
really?
my dad. Well, that's cool.
Who's
Alright,
Jonathan
well,
Buckheit?
Jonathan Buckheit is the CEO of Adult Friend Finder Networks.
No. Not the CEO, the founder. The founder is, that's interesting that he's from Stanford, though. Let me find it.
Adult
Uh,
Friend Finder founder.
Conru, Andrew Conru,
Oh, there we
Conru.
go. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's homely looking.
Oh
Not an
my
attractive gentleman. He kind of
god.
reminds me of Doug Emhoff.
How is his neck that long?
I don't know.
Wow, there's like 10 inches between the bottom of his chin and like the fucking breastplate. Like,
Well, yeah, now you know why he founded a hookup site.
wow, this
Yeah.
guy's got like a fucking giraffe neck. What
Yeah.
the fuck, dude?
Some women
A
say that's
whole
an indication of other things, but I don't believe it. I think that's bullshit.
sex before today's primary, Bernie Moreno scrambled to defend himself from an accusation that he's been using Adult Friend Finder. Uh, Bernie Moreno is running against Shit Sniff Brown, Sherrod Brown,
Hmm.
and it's just constant fucking commercials back and forth between Brown and Moreno. All of the Brown ads are just negative attack ads against Moreno because Moreno is not going to protect the women's right to kill babies or abortions or whatever you want to call it. Just tell yourself whatever you got to justify that you're not killing a viable life that would viably be born because you've made the decision to terminate it. Whether or not that's a justified decision, whether or not that's saving the life of a mother, again, all of these considerations are valid and moral and should be legal. But you're still killing something. Can't get away from it. Still got blood on your hands. That's just the way it works. And I mean, there's plants the Cherokee use for abortion, but
Hmm.
it's beyond rich for the Democratic Party to just throw nothing but smear ads against Republican opponents in almost every race, attacking them for that they're going to take away the right to an abortion when Democrats controlled the House and the Senate and the White House when Roe v. Wade was shot down by the Supreme Court. They could have codified it and signed a new law and passed it, and they didn't. And instead, they let it all go away. So they have
Well, yeah, because they
it.
needed it for right now. It was
Um,
their main point of leverage. But check this out. So this dude Conru gave a whole $1 million, Yona, to this group called the Human Diversity Fund, so that these people could create podcasts and videos and an online magazine and research papers all about their supposed genetic theories of the different races, right?
all right, let's go to screen share.
Oh,
And
we're
I
doing that.
found an article that is not written by the British. Thank God.
All right.
Uh, I think this is the one from India.
Yeah,
Weon?
WION.
But of course, it's India, so they would say Vion, not Weon, because they do the whole V and W
Right,
backwards.
right, right. But I say WION because I think it's like a TV station or something.
Right, but it's Vion. And of course, they would say that I'm in VW, even though I'm in WV.
Right.
Um, again, it's
Maybe I'll
backwards.
start saying WION.
There you go. Did you know that there's an organization that promotes the idea that some races are genetically low IQ? Welcome to
What?
scientific racism, the underground movement that seeks to cloak racial stereotypes under explanations based on widely discredited theories. You don't say.
So IQ has been discredited? Is that
I
what they're
guess
saying?
so. You can't go by data sets. see. Let's go to flavors.
Oh, look at that. The
Grounded
season
history.
begins tonight, y'all. Or does it really? I guess it is about that time of year.
Grounded history. And now let's go down, down, down. Keep going down. Wow, there's a lot of these. Let's go to 6. Shout out to the new number 6. There we go.
What are you looking for?
Okay. Pseudoscience. Oh, aha. Okay, so let's see. Sorry about that. Let's go on. A joint probe by the British paper The Guardian and the advocacy group Hope Not Hate. Oh, so this is a scoop by The Guardian that they made
This is
themselves.
this is a planted story.
Okay. And so
Yeah,
The Guardian.
they're stirring up boogeymen for
So
their whole hate speech roundup.
An advocacy group, Hope Not Hate, paid The Guardian to run their smear article about
The Human Diversity Fund. Or
Human Diversity Foundation.
There you go.
So
Fund,
this is
foundation, it's all the same difference.
This is HNH, Hope Not Hate, versus HDF.
That's right.
Human Diversity Foundation. So advocacy groups activate. All right. So the moderately named Human Diversity Foundation, HDF, links race theories to genetics, including claims of superior intelligence for some ethnic groups. Their methods.
All right, a new German song has stirred controversy.
Okay, acquiring podcast videos and spreading what Hope Not Hate called as dangerous ideology. Conru.
Yep.
Who gave more than $1 million to the group, and that $1 million is covered in cum. Reportedly pulled the support after seeing its activities strayed. Oh, so he
pulled out.
So he deposited $1 million into that big old snatch just to withdraw. But it looks like he's already shot his wad. So what's the point? I mean, the dick appointment was made. The foursome was already filmed, and it's on.
The damage is
the other
already
Jew
done.
guy? Pornhub and Adult Friend Finder. So friendfindernetworks.com. So let's see here. The investigation showed that HDF is linked to right-wing extremists. Oh, it's guilt by association.
Remember, Yona, we can totally trust The Guardian because they are a respected news organization. There's definitely not any funny business going on here.
So this HDF was quoted by Eric Ahrens. So a guy that is a extreme right activist, according to their pejorative terms. In the adjective category, this Eric Ahrens liked some of the things that they were doing. So, well, they're just as bad as Alternative für Deutschland, the mainstream far right political party in Germany. Right. Scientific racism. Scientific racism is kind of hitting me like welfare chauvinism last week. I'm getting that same new car taste in my mouth.
Yeah, that was
scientific racism is a broad term given by main. Look, folks. To find out more, you fuck around. You're here. We're facting you as hard as we can.
Yeah.
I
mean, we ain't got nowhere else to be for another hour.
The movement to revive race science, which seeks to repurpose arguments such as some races have higher average IQ, while others have a tendency to commit crime. And this is where we cut to the tab. Blam.
Yeah.
Hashtag welcome home. This strange website you're looking at, if you've not seen it before, shame on you.
Okay.
Shame. But now you see it, and there's no denying it. And you know how to spell it now. Manufacturingreality.org.
Oh, people
Reality
know
is
it
merely an
exists.
illusion, albeit a very persistent one, according to Smart Dude. Um, so if you go down in the flavors section for grounded history, that's where some of these nice little shiny turds that High Yona has pooped out before, like this one, pseudoscience,
Oh, look, the
from
widget's working.
diagnosis of drapetomania to vaccine hesitancy. And drapetomania means you're lazy because you're wrong race. And
That's
that's
right.
why we got to
That's
put
right.
those sexy bumps on your back from the lash. Um, so I'll just read a little snippet here from National Post Wire Services. In 1850, a physician called Samuel Cartwright reported a new disease in the highly respected uh, Nolans. Nolans. I think it's Nolans is how they say that. Nolans? Yeah. Nolans Medical and Surgical Journal. Cartwright named it drapetomania from the ancient Greek drapetes for a runaway slave. In other words, there was a disease that caused Negroes to run away. It had one primary diagnostic symptom: absconding from service, and a few secondary ones, including sulkiness and dissatisfaction just prior to getting the fuck out. Drapetomania was, of course, consigned to the dustbin of medical history. It never made it into the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. I think I said that right, Rantcast? The
I think
leading
so, yeah.
authority on mental health diagnosis and research. Drapetomania. So, if you ever find yourself just wanting to break away and go frolic freely, skipping and jumping, ask your doctor about drapetomania and what prescription medications may be available for that.
To find out more,
Be
bug
sure to
around.
consult the phrenology skull to know which part of your head to hit with the hammer. Um, but there's other ones like
Yeah.
what was this other one? The Ethiopica, the where you're genetically lazy because you've got those Ethiopian genes.
I mean,
Um,
they tried all of that shit. They tried it with the Irish, they tried it with the Polish, I mean, they tried it with everybody, but problem was they made everybody slaves. And nobody wants to be forced to work.
right.
So, I mean, it's just it's fucking negative feedback loop that just decays over time.
I mean, you may not want to work, but after you get so many of those sex bumps on your back, you know, you're kind of like, well, I either work or there's
What
going to
you
be
end
more
up what you
protest
get
wealth.
in that situation is always the bare minimum,
Yeah.
which is why empires can never last.
And that's also why the poor fella has no shirt,
Huh.
because, you know, the plantation he works at only covers pants. There's a $10 deductible for the shirt. He obviously hasn't worked hard enough to get the shirt through his earnings, again, due to the drapetomania and the um, Ethiopica. What was that called?
It was
I
something
don't
like
remember.
that.
But anyways, while we're here on the manufacturingreality.org homepage for our miscreant dude, let's take him over to the home. Blammo. Hey, there's Get Packed Harder number 45 on tonight. And when it's done and over with, if you're having trouble finding it on the internet, just come here. Eventually, you're going to have to come here first because eventually we're going to have to be broadcasting on our own platform. Wait for it. You won't have to wait long. And then you have the
I hope we
flavors.
have somebody who knows how to set that infrastructure up because I sure the hell don't.
Let's take them over to contact. And there's contacts if you would like to give us some feedback. Yes, we are on Facebook. Be careful what you post on Facebook, especially
I mean,
if
not
you're
really on
in.
Facebook, but the website was originally set up to simultaneously post. Whenever a new post goes on the website, it gets fed to a Facebook page that was set up just for that purpose.
Right.
I've never bothered to check it and make sure that it actually works.
Well, that's good. Then you should be able to travel safely through Berkeley and Taylor counties in West Virginia. Although
I don't think I'm ever going to be
ooh,
doing that again. Yeah.
I was gonna say you could just take I-68 and just run the panhandle of Maryland, but then you would be in Maryland, which is demonstrably even worse. So,
I mean, it just depends on what part of Berkeley County we're talking about, really.
yeah, yeah, really. If you find yourself getting into Martinsburg, just turn the fuck around, head back
Yep.
to
I would.
Frontsville. You're
Yep.
going the wrong way.
Yep.
Wrong way. Back and turn around. Hit the next exit. Do you? Um. So let's see here. That's contact and the moist dripitude I was speaking of earlier. Bucket we ball. Smoke more of the weeds. Mark safe from the wellness company. Cox out for liberty. Serious country. Nice thing. I mean, on and on and on and
Yeah, we
on
got a
and
few
on.
designs. It's.
Shirts for days, folks, and
Yeah.
more added.
I mean, it's nothing like
Um,
what Jamie Deluxe has, but he's been at it a little bit longer than we have. So he's
and
built
that
up a
brings us
bigger
to
library. What are you
Liberty
doing? Like a
Radio.
website tour?
Bucket
What
we
the fuck's
ball.
going on here?
Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Okay, let's go back and provide value. Uh, Here at Manufacturing Reality Media, we operate on the value for value model. We do not accept financing from ad networks or corporate sponsors. Our work is 100% financed by our audience and entrepreneurs that share our values. If you find value in the work that we do and would like to return that value to us, we thank you. To make a one time donation, click here. And that's the part where you would click. Okay, that's enough of the white man voice.
Hmm? That's pretty good cop.
Blammo! Well, turns out I used to be a radio DJ in college.
Hmm.
Um, Shout out to my old handle, AM 690 WRSM in the wilds of Spencer County, Indiana. Here's looking at you, Saint Meinrad. Sancti Meinradi. Oh, yeah. Pirumapo. Nos partium. Keep up on your Latin lessons. Anyways, um, Semper Paratus et Fidelis, right? Always prepared and faithful. Ready for
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
Don't be scared. Be prepared. So, with that being said, um, I will make a special appeal for those that would like to help the Yona. I'm making an appeal just for an item. Uh, I'm going to say it's probably around $5 to $10, but anyone that wants to donate to the Yona an item, I need a computer mouse that plugs into a USB-C, the smaller
That
hole,
should be out there. Yeah.
and they exist, and they're around $10. I know because I was going to buy one the other day, but I only had $8.
Damn.
And I'm like, that's pitiful that I can't even afford to buy a $10 mouse. But it's getting to the point that, because like right now, I have the mouse plugged in and the mic plugged in. Because if I don't, then yeah, it's got a touchpad on it. But like for doing video editing and song editing and using the
Hmm.
other software programs, it's literally fucking impossible to use those without having the scroll wheel and the two clicky things and being able to move it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Limited
And because I'm
functionality.
using the laptop, because I can't do this. I can't use this new digital audio workstation on my desktop. Um, I probably could if I could find a version of it on floppy disk, but I don't think this 2024 Studio One is available on 5 1/4 floppy or 3.5 inch floppy because we stopped using disk drives 20 years ago.
Something like that. It's been a while.
And the replacement computer is over here and it has a shit motherboard. So I don't know what to do with it. Maybe eventually, I don't know. It's got stuff in it that still works. Maybe I could sell the parts out of it that work and just not have a good computer. I don't know. I got to figure something out.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, I'm using this laptop to still try to stay in touch and
What's wrong
content
with the
create.
motherboard?
They tried to turn it on. And they said the motherboard's fried. I
Oh,
mean,
that's not good.
I took it to the computer genius because we had it all put together. Shout out to Death Tyrants and Denver Attaway and all the other people that sent hardware to help me get that put together. And just couldn't get it to turn on. Couldn't get it to turn on. Took it to the repair shop. Saved up money for 3 weeks. Paid him $150. Got the graphics card thing with replacing the fans on it that Denver
Hmm.
sent, and it was working. Everything was working fine except the motherboard. They couldn't get it to turn on. So I paid $150 and they gave it back to me, and it's still, yeah, it was $150 down, pissing straight down a hole because I've got something that's still just taking up space and don't work. So I'm using
Huh.
the laptop, and the laptop doesn't have any memory. So I had to buy the fourth HD because the other hard drives were completely filled up. But the funny thing is, like that 2 terabyte and that 2 terabyte and that 1 terabyte, that was 5 terabytes with three HDs. The new one
Yeah,
that
I
I
guess it
bought
would
cost
fill
20
those up pretty
bucks
quick.
and it holds 8 fucking terabytes. So the new one holds more data than the other three combined. And I'm thinking eventually I'm just gonna take all the data and put it on that one. Or at least make copies.
Eh,
Uh, but
I stopped playing that game a long time ago.
it's just it's really frustrating me now because every time I pull the mouse out and have to put the mouse back in, it's like musical chairs of I've only got two USB plugins to the computer. And so if I unplug the keyboard, then that's going to fuck up my connection to Studio One and it may freeze. So that when I then plug it back in and then go to use the mouse and click on it, it's just totally dead.
Right.
And so then I have to go to Task Manager and kill it. And then when I
Restart it.
reload
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
everything that I recorded and everything that I'd done on that, none of it's saved.
Hmm.
Just because I had to unplug and plug the fucking mouse back. I mean, it's so fucking frustrating. And then the monitor speaker system plugs in the other hole. And so
Mhm.
it's like, and then Dead Fella calls. He's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you on a call." I'm like,
Sounds to
Wait a
me like
second.
what you need is just a new computer.
Yeah.
I mean, the mouse obviously is going to help as far as the laptop is concerned, but it just sounds like somebody needs to, I don't know, like Cash App you. What is it? The cash hash, Yona Anawodi.
Yona Anawodi.
Yeah,
And same thing on, what's the one? Is it Venmo or Vimeo? No, Vimeo is the video. Venmo.
Venmo. Yeah,
Venmo.
yeah. Vimeo's not going to give you any money. Don't go to Vimeo for money.
Um, and then uh, and then of course the PayPal through uh, the Yonaling machine. You put a quarter in and 50 cents drops out. Bam, two more same time. Um, Shout out to Team J. But anyways, that's enough about that appeal. I did tell Dead Fella that I would try to get in the Electro Rainbow video, but I
Hmm.
think that would be best at the end.
Okay.
Um, That's the latest song put together, which features a local artist to your neck of the old piney woods,
Oh, yeah.
adding the female type vocalings. The one and only super duper artist, versatile and many talents. The plant lover herself, phytophiliac.
Yeah. The retard's
Um,
foster mom.
Jumping in there with the good Dr. Kingsley Dennis up there in the United Kingdom, the England part, as
Dude, that
well as
that black
yours truly.
that track we played on Tuesday night was wild.
Which one was that?
Quiet of Your Dreams, I think, or the something
Yeah.
like that.
So the
Yeah,
quiet
it
of
was
your
wild.
dreams. Turns out the quiet of your dreams was made before, or it was made in the process of making the song Moloch.
Huh.
So it has the early version of the Moloch background music, and it has all three of Dr. Dennis's verses that he reads out on Moloch.
Hmm.
But it doesn't have the dead fella bass part, guitar part, and it doesn't have the choruses where I rap about the monetized world order. And so that's basically like a prepubescent version of Moloch before, the armpits and the major taint smell really came into that song as it
Right.
aged out of high school and into college. Anyways,
Probably not a song for Albert Borla.
no, no. Um, but Electro Rainbow is definitely, well, like for example, during the choruses, the first two choruses, he actually mixed together my voice, her voice, Kingsley, and his voice. So we actually have four vocal parts mixed, harmonizing on the chorus, which is pretty cool. We did that before on a song on the first album, Capitalistocracy, on the track Panopticon,
Right.
where I was kind of trying to sing David Bowie style. But in that case, the four-part harmony is just where I sang all four parts. I sang vocals and um, tenor, and then alto. I sang baritone, tenor, alto, and soprano. And then he mixed my different key registers on certain words and stuff, and so that's how it's got that weird effect. Where I'm harmonizing with my own voice because I've recorded four different vocal tracks
Yeah. But
for
it
the
works
same
in the
song.
song.
Yeah. But this time we got four different vocal tracks with four different voices. Even cooler.
I mean, that's how you usually want to do it. But you can do it the other way too. It's just it's one of those, it's like the uncanny valley, right? You're like your
Maybe
brain hears it and is like, "Wait, I know this isn't right."
maybe I should throw it up there now because I ran out of something to drink over an hour ago, and I'm getting really, really thirsty.
Well, maybe you should throw it up there then.
Let's go over here to Rumble. I don't know what was going on with Rumble last night. When I tried to log into the Jamie Deluxe stream, it had to log in 3 times.
Yeah, I
And when I
saw you were
finally
having
logged in, it took
problems.
over 2 minutes for the chat to load, and I'm like,
It might have been I don't might have been like a gravity effect from Jamie's spaceship. I don't know.
could be.
I don't know how that works.
I thought maybe it was Rumble, and so then I went and opened up another tab with Rumble and clicked on the Dan Bongino show, which was showing live at the time. Probably one of the most I think it is the most popular show on Rumble. And don't you know it
Sure it
instantly
is.
loaded up and the
Sure it
chat
is.
instantly loaded. By the way, what did Dan Bongino used to do
Secret
before he
Service.
was a podcaster?
Secret Service. He worked for the Secret Service.
For
Before
the
that,
state.
he was he a Marine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he went from the military to working for basically the intelligence branch of the federal government.
Right.
And now he's a radio guy.
Now he's one of us cool people.
Yeah, now he's a radio guy. Yeah, just like Ollie North. He's just a regular guy. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, now
I mean,
he's one
Dan
of our...
Bongino didn't get to like oversee the Security Council or anything. Good God, no, he's not smart enough for that. But it's kind of the same thing.
And boy, it is cool when you get one of the baddies to come over on our side and give us the real dope.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And it's so cool.
I cannot stand the sound of his voice. Cannot.
That just shows you how good a taste Peter Thiel has. You know, you're probably right. The reason why I'm getting in trouble with Rumble now is because, again,
because you keep ripping on Gay Peter.
I'm an asshole.
Everybody
I told you
knows
this.
he's gay.
I'm an asshole, man. I can't help it. All right.
I just want to know, why the fuck does he shave his eyebrows? What is that all about?
Remember Pink Floyd, The Wall? He shaved off his eyebrows. How do you know that Peter Thiel doesn't also shave off his nipples and then lay down on a hotel floor rearranging chicken bones and trash for 24 hours before he has to go do another live performance?
I don't know. Maybe he does.
I could totally picture Peter Thiel, swimming in a swimming pool with bleeding nipples. Shout out Pink Floyd, The Wall. Anyways, here's this new song. This is why I'm getting in trouble with Rumble. This is
probably
it's for shit like that.
I think it was worth it.
Yeah. Tear down the wall. Here comes the worms. This is Electro Rainbow, Love More the Weeds remix, featuring Phytophiliac. This is another Dr. Dennis and Deadfella with that stoner guy.
Going on up to the spirit in the sky, where Starling has a crown perched a mile high. Glistening orbs, listening spheres, a corona of satellites in toxic array. A sparkling electro rainbow in destructive display over the body of this dear earth. Fire and water now normalize our lives as we live through the revelation, feeling the birthing shudders of the new uncertain world, arising through the midst of an electro smog. Alien minds never miss a trick, though God forbids. Dance on, bring it on, bring it on. You're in good company. You're never going to hold back the spirit of our revelry.
Dance on! Dance on, bring it on. You're in good company. You're never going to hold back the spirit of our revelry. Dance on, bring it on. You're in good company. You're never going to hold back the spirit of our revelry.
The demiurge sleeps and the artifact whirls. A Faraday cage curls its unseen tentacles around this beautiful planet. A straitjacket to keep all souls manic, whilst non-players play their parts, faking it and feeling the panic. But communication isn't lacking, whilst there's those who are jacking into direct contact with the absolute. No Starlink cage is going to contain the mighty and the free, who are hacking the variables of this manipulated reality. Dance on, dance on. Bring it on, bring it on. You're in good company. You're never going to hold back the spirit of our revelry.
Dance on, bring it on. You're in good company. You're never going to hold back the spirit of our revelry. Dance on, bring it on. You're in good company. You're never going to hold back the spirit of our revelry. You're in good company. Spirit of our revelry.
Ephesians 6:12.
Dance on, never going to hold back. Spirit of our revelry.
Stopped it.
Is that part of the
Just in time.
song or is that just for the video?
That's something I added at the end of the video.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'll probably include that on the end of the song too when I release it. Because I like how it I like that's part of the whole audio visual of the song because I wanted the song to end totally charged up. There you go. All right.
It was different.
I really liked when he told me that Fido was going to record vocals on it.
Mhm.
I thought that she was just going to be on the chorus, but she ended up recording parts on the intro and the verse and the chorus and the outro. And I mean, at this point, Fido is basically like Cowbell and Christopher Walken. I mean, you can't have too much.
Well, she's got a
There's
hell
no
of a
such thing as
voice.
too much cowbell. More
Yeah.
Fido, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, just ask all the cats in town; they know. Um,
At least the ones at Liberty Radio do. That's for damn sure.
And the meow intensifies. We haven't
Now,
mentioned Ukraine tonight.
well, for good reason. There's no
You
point.
know, our favorite Koki Smurf over there, Voldemort Zelensky. We basically got two choices now. Either they make the Ukraine part of NATO, or it's time to give them some nukes.
No, that was the ultimatum that was
Yeah.
given. That's not no.
I thought it was a bargaining, like we were negotiating with the Koki Smurf.
No,
not like getting
that's
ultimatum.
what's called extortion.
Oh.
Yeah. Because somehow or another those two things are supposed to equate to one another, and I don't understand exactly how that works. Because if you have nukes, hey,
NATO
that's
or
great.
nuke.
That's right.
NATO
if
or
you
nuke,
have
both
nukes,
four-letter words
you
with the
can
letter N.
defend yourself from other nuclear capable countries, right?
Right.
But if you're just in NATO, then like you're just gonna get plundered by the other NATO countries.
Right.
So how
why
are
would
those two things the
Why
same?
would anyone want to be a member of NATO anyway?
I don't know.
That's what you keep losing me at the whole NATO membership thing. It's like
Well, they want to be
it's like
33rd.
it's like going to get a Sam's Club or a Costco membership. Like I don't even want to shop there ever. So why would I want a membership?
Well, I think it's once Ukraine becomes the 33rd member of NATO, then they can rebuild Solomon's temple and the Messiah will come back. Yeah.
Well, plus if Ukraine does get into NATO, then they'll be able to buy like the big 64-ounce bottles of ketchup and stuff that you really need at the big box
That's
store.
Costco. That's
Costco.
Costco.
Yeah.
Yona.
Oh, okay.
That's not NATO.
God, I'm getting
NATO's
everything
something
confused.
different.
You get me all doped up on amoxicillin, and I'm confusing fucking Scott Armstrong for some guy that's ripping people off on real estate and pretending to be an independent media guy. Clayton Morris.
Yes, Clayton
That's
Morris.
his fucking name with his
Not
poor
Clayton
work wife
Bigsby,
that he's
Clayton
always
Morris.
abusing on the air.
That's right. Yeah, I told you it was the other white supremacist Clayton.
Yeah. Well, then both Claytons are kind of the same because Clayton Morris is kind of MAGA. He's kind of MAGA.
I mean, do you like he uses sorcery, MAGA? Is that what you're referring to?
No, like he's definitely leans Trump and not Harris.
I think that's just who signs his paycheck.
Well, there's more money on the Trump side than the Harris side.
Oh,
right
there's
now.
a shit ton more money.
I mean, you'd be committing financial suicide to just
Those people are
dump on Trump every day. I don't know. There are rich liberals though, but if you're going to get the rich liberal money, then you've really got to go balls out and dick off. Because they
literally
cut the balls out and take the dick off, and then but then you also got to get the gauges and the bone in the nose and the purple hair, and that's a big commitment.
It's a whole ensemble.
Yeah, and the tramp stamp with the QR code.
It's a commitment, really.
But first, you have to do the full body scan, and I'm not even doing a facial scan. I'm not like Google.
Don't worry, it doesn't matter. That stuff's already been done.
YouTube to put a fucking comment in the chat. And YouTube is like, oh, wait, before you go to do your chat comment on YouTube, Google accounts would like to see if you want to give us your address or your phone number or a facial scan now.
Or especially your date of birth.
Right now?
They've been trying to get my date of birth out of me for like 5 years now. And I'm just like, nope.
I'm not. I mean, it's kind of like when the police knock on the door without a warrant and they start asking questions. I'm not obligated to respond.
No. You always have a choice.
I am exercising my Fifth Amendment rights. 6 words you get out of me. I have now vocalized to the investigating agent of the state. I am exercising my Fifth Amendment rights. And then I turn and call the lawyer on my imaginary smartphone.
There you have a real smartphone. I saw it. At
This
least you
isn't a
did it a few months
smartphone.
ago.
This is a Samsung.
Oh, that is imaginary then.
Oh, and by the way, I'm hearing it. Yes, it is a fucking Samsung. Speaking of Korea,
Hmm?
but everyone getting so much feedback from the audience, particularly Tom Cooper, that the meme "Don't snack on me,"
Yeah.
a variation of the Gadsden flag with the rattlesnake. Don't tread on me. Don't snack on me with the cat. Is that going to be on a shirt? Is that a shareable meme? Can we
I mean,
distribute
I don't
that
know,
far
man.
and wide?
It's a meme. Like I didn't create it, so I can't like claim to it. I wouldn't feel right putting it on a shirt. Like that's basically
Oh,
me stealing somebody else's design and capitalizing on it. That's what the people that we're supposed to be fighting do. I can't do that.
okay. Well, I was under the impression that you had created that meme out of thin air
Why? Why would you be under that impression?
because you
Like
have the
how is
best
it
memes.
tagged Liberty
So now you're
Radio?
telling me when it comes to memes that
Dude, I
anybody can
steal like
just take a meme and then
99.9% of all
spread
that
it?
shit. Yeah.
I thought memes were intellectual property. So anybody
No.
can just share and spread memes?
Yeah.
Well, how are we gonna stop memes then?
We're not. That's the point. It's
Huh.
the same way with feeding AI back into AI. It's not
Oh, do you get
supposed
the
to end
snake to
well.
eat
That's
its
the
tail?
point.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
By the way, snake eating tail, tonight's occult symbol for those playing occult symbol bingo.
Right. The Ouroboros.
Wow, I fucked that up. For those playing occult symbol bingo, tonight's occult symbol is snake eating tail,
Right.
tail eating snake. Would it be the tail eating snake or the snake eating tail? It's both.
Snake eating tail.
It's the snake eating tail. Yeah.
No, it's tail eating snake. That's
No,
what
it is the tail eating
it's
snake.
the tail eating snake.
Yeah. On second blush. Oh, good news.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, good.
I had
We need some
reported
good news.
previously that Interstate 40 along the French Broad River, where it crosses from Tennessee and North Carolina, was scheduled to be reopened by September 2025. Um, good news, North Carolina Department of Transportation has updated that. Interstate 40 is now closed indefinitely.
Oh, nice. Nice. I like it when they do that.
So
Wow. Well,
if you need to
I
cross the
guess one way or
country,
another, yeah, they're going to get people out of that
you're
part
gonna
of the
wanna jump
country.
off of Interstate 40 and take Interstate 77 up to a beautiful little town called Withfield. It's great. They've
Hmm.
got a McDonald's and a Walmart, um,
I think that's about
and a
it.
Taco Bell.
Oh, they do have
It's
a
got
Taco
that
Bell now.
small hometown charm.
Yeah.
Once you pull off the interstate ramp, you'll know this has to be Withfield. I don't know where anywhere else where I can look to the right, see McDonald's, look to the left, see Taco Bell, and there's a Walmart across. It's that, and it's all right there.
Yeah.
Right there off US Route 11 at
Very convenient.
I-77 and
Yeah.
I-88.
Yeah.
It's great. And then you can take your 81 down to Bristol, and it'll just jump back into 40 after you get through Johnson City and Jonesboro and all that
Yeah. I
stuff.
mean, they're really a model 15-minute city because they just got everything right there in that one spot.
And of course, Bristol is home to the Bristol Motor Speedway. So don't forget, motorists, when you cross the Tennessee state line from
Floor it.
Virginia, you're going to want to accelerate to at least 90 miles an hour if you're in the right lane. And if you're in the left lane, you're going to need to hit triple digits. Otherwise, all the Tennessee drivers are going to run your fucking ass over.
Yeah.
Because they all drive like it's stolen. And it is. I mean, look at the county plate. Look at the county on the Tennessee plate. It's Davidson County. That's Cashville. Yes, it's a stolen whip. Get out of their fucking way. Just get off and take the other road.
Funny thing is, people think we're joking.
No, seriously. U.S. Route 11. Just go through Morristown, past chicken plant. Fuck that dumb shit. Anyway, yeah, there's major problems. Major problems down there.
Well, I remember seeing that one picture of I-40, and it's like there was no road. There was road on one side, and then there was road on the other side, but in the middle there was no road.
I did share on Tuesday night TMP a song I made for the Dead of Helene, where I mixed in the Christian.
Oh, by the way, I
Christian
almost
family.
forgot. I think we're gonna have Tallulah May joining us for Open Lines tomorrow night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is the perfect segue. So, I could repeat what I've already broadcast out with the new song Turtleback and Shell, with the video showing all of the carnage from the hurricane, but quite honestly right now I'm just a little bit emotionally exhausted from all the stories and information coming
I would
back
imagine that's why I've been avoiding it.
And so instead I tried to focus on a more innocent time back when it was just mountain folk coming together and jamming out. And one has a fiddle, and another has a washboard, and another one has a dulcimer, and another one has a guitar, and
Somebody's got a
two
jug.
others are singing. Somebody brings a blow jug, and then little Jeb down there got the Jew harp, and he's a ding dong dong ding dong around.
Well, we say Jaws harp now, Yona.
Yeah,
we
Jaws
have to,
harp.
Yeah, we have to be politically correct for our,
like
Semitic
when I first heard about it, when I was real young, and I first heard
Can't
about
say
it, they
Jews
kept
harp
calling it
anymore.
the Chew
Sounds
harp.
racist.
I honestly, the first time I spelled it CHEW because I thought it was the chew harp because he's chewing on
I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, what'd you say? What is that? Belongs to who?
And the funny thing is, that's a main instrument in
Do they know
Sicilian
you
music
have it?
too. Almost every single tarantella or Sicilian dance has the dim gong going yong going, got the fucking Jew harp going there.
Wow.
Jaws harp. So I've been going back and remastering tracks, and I've actually remastered the sound, and it's fucking awesome on this song. Unfortunately, I haven't put the remastered audio onto the video yet because I just finished remastering the audio about 20 seconds before I logged on to this show.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate.
But I do have the video made with the not remastered audio on the song. Although I did change the mixing levels. I just haven't run it. It's before I fixed the master chain and then ran the tracks through the master bus with the shape plugins and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you're speaking
Weeds,
Chinese
weeds,
for most of the audience right now.
Yeah, weeds.
That's all right. Smoke more of the weeds, everybody.
So this film was taken by David Hoffman, famous filmmaker. Let me do what I got to do to get rid of the ads. All right, so let's go over here and get Lambert Libers on screen. Wait, did I? Yes, we already mentioned Ukraine. Already covered it. Okay.
Yeah. Look at that.
So
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
So we've got a man sitting in a wooden chair
Yep.
with a fiddle and a trucker hat.
Yes, sir.
And that is my good friend, may he rest in peace, Lambert Livers. Livers family is one of the largest landowning families in Marion County, uh, which is at the geographic center of the state of Kentucky, about an hour south of Louisville for out of towners.
Yeah.
That's how they say it. It's Louisville,
Louisville.
Louisville, and an hour south of Louisville. Lambert Livers, landowner, done a lot of surveying for him, and he was known all around the county as the fiddler. He gave me a couple cassette tapes, and I actually have a recording of him, but I couldn't use my recording because I recorded mine with a shitty fucking tape recorder, handheld, back in 1989 when I was a freshman in high school. But I found some recordings of him where the University of Kentucky went out and recorded them with actual professional equipment in 1982.
Oh, wow.
And
They had
so,
handheld recorders before you did.
yeah, but they actually recorded them with mics and everything and made records. And so I found Lambert Livers' record. Um, and so I was like, well, this is so fucking awesome. Somebody I known. Here I am over 50 years old, known that man, 40 years of my life. He's only been dead maybe 10 years. Well, 12 years. But knew him my whole life. And he was close friends with my granddad Probus, who taught me to survey. My dad's mom. My mom's dad. Man, I'm getting everything backwards. So long story short, this David Hoffman went down in Buncombe County and went into the northwest part of Buncombe County, above Asheville, in the part of Buncombe County that is going up onto the Blue Ridge, where Tallulah lives. And so this performance that you're going to see and hear, led by Lost John Ray, um, is actually local musicians who live literally in the same fucking holler. But nothing in this video, I made sure as I was editing, nothing in this video doxes anybody. And the video's in black and white because it was made 50 fucking years ago. But I wanted everyone to get a real taste of what it's like growing up in Appalachia with the fiddle music and how we jam out and everything. Because we do have a culture here.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a different way of talking. Um, I mean, I very rarely speak my native tongue of Kentuckanese or Loredanese, because I mean, anybody that hears that thinks I'm just plumb fucking ignorant, or that I'm just hits all made up. Ain't nobody talk like that, and it's just an act on me. I'm telling you, ain't nobody in their right mind gonna talk like this and just try and make it up like that. And it don't make no sense. Why in the fuck you do like that? I mean, you ain't talk right. You ain't been learning nothing. Why didn't you even talk like that? Yeah, I mean, so, again, see, that sounds fucking retarded. That sounds like, oh my
No,
god,
it sounds
you're retard.
you're bringing back memories of people I haven't seen in years.
But I mean, it's a local dialect that you just really only talk with other people talk like that.
Yeah.
And it's not for show and it's not for entertainment purposes at all. Anyhow, with that country type introduction and time to get y'all some education on this here Appalachian music. This song features Riley Blues Boy King on guitar and vocals. The good BB, not the one genociding right now. We've got Rick James Bitch, Dave Chappelle as Clayton Bigsby, Juicy J from 3-6 Mafia. Shout out Shelly and the number 33. And Wiz Khalifa. And that other stoner guy,
my.
DJ High Yona. doing some of that rappy stuff like I do for the Media Monarchy. Without further ado, this is Thrillbilly Gone, featuring Buncombe County, North Carolina Appalachian musicians. Dedicated to Tallulah May.
Turn to the left right in here and go this old road that I believe that's the road we want to go now, right there. This is the old road right up here where we cross this road where Ernest Crawford got killed.
Have I ever been here, honey?
You've never been here with me?
I don't think so.
Go up this hill.
Yeah.
And then you pass a green house.
Yeah.
That's where I live. You go straight up on another hill.
Yeah.
Then you cut a curve and go down the second road, not the first one that goes down toward the other house, but the second one. It's up above that first one down here.
Yeah.
You go up there, and then you keep going. There's a rock house out, and you stop at that rock house, and that's their house.
I thank you, boys. That's fine. That's fine.
You're welcome.
That helps us out a whole lot.
This is real mountain shit, folks.
She don't play none.
Y'all ready to shindig?
She only gets to playing more than she does. Play something slow to start us out. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Yeah, Grand Theft World Liberty Radio up in this motherfucker. Y'all ready to rock? Smoke more weed.
Live fabrication.
Why don't you young about to turn that music down?
Freestyle flow, wild on flow, $100 roll, no bill flow. Doing bone, smoky, pepper on the road, Dr. Pell's on ice and flow. Here we fan, we 304. Outro ain't no joke though. Y'all now road, the other couple on the go, y'all already know.
Rolling Cali green in the zigzag paper. Smoking on the backboard, who the damn neighbor. Looking for a chick who just wanna have fun. Let her hit the joint and put love on her tongue. Inhale, exhale, go to jail, I'm supposed to bail. Blue dream, I know it well. So much green, I'm going stale. Ounces on ounces, my connect, he got the deal. And he give me nothing but the illest on this night for real.
She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke. She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke. She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke. She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke.
She rollin' weed and she
Hey, Will, you trying to bring the two joints in?
She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. You know, all the cocaine we did in the 80s and drinking has got to it. It's got to it. We got like 2 brain cells left.
Young Wiz, people call me Young Wiz. Roll up 20 zigzags out of one zip. Nigga smoke zags over blunts, better blunt smoker spell what's in my bag, he gon' wanna hit. Since a young nigga I was getting lit, riding in my black Bonneville, bumping 3-6. Serving no seeds, nigga, no sticks. Used to be the one rolling weed from my whole clique. Now I'm buying weed on some grown shit. When I say grown, I'm talking about the man who grows it. Looking at my ring, look like I froze it. I'm smoking good in here, so everybody knows it.
She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke. She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke. She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke. The smoke. She rollin' weed and she don't even smoke.
That's what I'm talking about.
What we call a shindig out in the backwoods.
Oh, hell yeah. That is American music right there.
You know, it's hard to find recordings of mountain music like that. It's
Well, yeah.
not. You're
Because there
not
weren't
going
a
to
lot
find a
of
lot of
recordings
stuff like
being
that on-
made.
I mean, they just weren't that many people coming out that far up the mountain, that far back the holler, taking directions from a group of kids on the side of the road just to find where this guy lives. But I mean, the fiddler player called Lost John was.
Yeah, let alone getting some of those guys to come down off the mountain and go into a studio in the city.
And so,
Shit.
you know, that's not a studio recording. That's a guy with a motion picture crew recording them there in bumfuck Buncombe County, North Carolina, up on top of Blue Ridge Mountain there. Where they were at is just above Bat Cave, North Carolina.
Okay.
Which is now, anyways.
Oh, it's FEMA land. It's FEMA land now. I have a
The-
feeling that's one of the things we're going to find out tomorrow night.
The craziest thing about it is
there's been,
you know, because it
gang
was
wars.
because it was worse than a 1,000 year flood. There was so much aversion and reliction, you know, erosion from one side depositing to the other. There was so much drastic change of channel flow, so much material transported, stones the size of, you know, semi trucks. There's so many hundreds of miles of road washed out from where the riverbanks used to be, and you can't just put the road back where it was because now it's literally going down the middle of where the river channel is for, like, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 mile stretches. I mean, it's just the scale of, like, how do you even go to rebuild the road? You're gonna have to do right away purchasing, and looks to me like there's gonna be some eminent domain festivals going on over there, which is really gonna help. You know, it's time to gentrify that area. I mean, there's a lot of Floridians that buy land in there. It's great tourism. Um, you know, they've got condos to build back, and they've got to get these roads put in. So there's going to be a lot of eminent domain going on up
No,
and down the valley.
they don't need new roads, Yona, because again, everything's going to be within 15 minutes of you. So they only need the roads to go so far.
A lot of them roads just ain't going to be built back. A lot of them
Correct.
bridges just ain't going to be built back.
Correct.
The recovery in some areas, well, there just won't be recovery.
And again, that's the whole point. Get the people out of those areas so that they can become rewilded under all of the fucking Agenda 2030 policies.
I mean, look, has the 9th Ward ever been built back in New Orleans Parish, Louisiana?
Not like it was.
I don't think so. Because they all moved to Houston, and they're still in Houston. Just ask Harris County residents. But it's just more areas that's been conveniently depopulated.
Yeah.
But that, like, as you point out, adroitly, we got 15-minute smart cities waiting for you, where you can plug in your smart car and your smartphone, where you can have your smart toilet and your smart fridge, and everything around you will be so smart you can just be a total dumbass. It'd be great. You won't even have to own anything. No liability.
That's right. You're going to be so happy.
Just don't miss your monthly payments. Okay. It's only available through subscription.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
God
my.
forbid, if you've got the custom genetics, you got to get the update every month, or your gene code will just go into self-destruct mode again.
Ain't the future going to be wonderful, Yona?
It sounds dystopian and far-fetched, but we're already here, folks.
Yeah. Pretty much.
We're already here. You're
Pretty much.
living in the future time.
Oh, the people have no idea. January is going to be mighty interesting. But we're not
Ooh,
there
I can't
yet.
wait for the November election. Oops.
Well, less than 3 weeks to go
Slip of the
now.
tongue. Well, folks, I think we've reached the launch platform here.
That's
And
right.
it's kind of weird. I guess, was that a VTOL that just.
Oh my. There went Yona. There went my audio. Because the Yona went.
I'm
There
back.
we go.
And
Yeah,
we're
you're
back.
back.
That was weird. Well, anyways, just talk safety. Gunga yuhi nagan. Goila. Aludidla. Love all y'all. Love all y'alls. All's yins. Now and forever. Take care of yourself.
That's
It's
right.
it's really, really gonna get just clown shit is going from 11 to 12. You thought there was nothing higher than Spinal Tap 11, but turns out there's 12 on the volume dial, and it's marked Tim Walls. God help us all. God help us.
We're back tomorrow night with open lines, ladies and gentlemen. Won't you join us then?
Smoke more of the weeds. Woohoo!